All right, like you said, I'm Lori DeYoung. I'm excited to be here today just to share for a few minutes about what's going on with Vine School System of Christ. I serve on the Education Committee for One Body, One Hope, and our goal is to help facilitate relationships between the teachers and the students at Vine School System of Christ and local Christian schools here. And as you hopefully are aware, your school is a partner with the high school in Vine School System of Christ. Now, there is a few setbacks for them this school year. As you know, they are recovering from a year of dealing with Ebola. And there's a lot of good things that have been happening in the last few months. The numbers of Ebola patients have almost disappeared, not quite. But because of the crisis, school was not able to be in session until the end of February. And so the students were not able to attend school at all, which made it difficult, obviously, for you as students and your teachers to connect with them because they were not in school. But thank God they are in school now again. And yeah, this is a great picture of them. They are saying hello. And you can see in the background, way in the back, some new construction happening there. And that's what I wanted to tell you a little bit about. But before I get into that, I wanted to tell you about a little bit about what school was like for them before the new building came up. They went to school in small lean-tos off the side of the church building, and the classrooms were separated by partitions. And I had a video, but we weren't able to bring it up, unfortunately. But there was, the video showed 3rd and 4th grade students in their science lesson, and you could hear all the other classes in session as well, because it's all open air above the dividers, and it was extremely noisy. And it was all lecture, and the students are kind of sitting there and kind of looking around, and it's hard to focus because there's so much happening. But by God's grace, they have been able to construct a new building, and this is a kindergarten through 12th grade building, and it is 3 stories high. And the funny thing about this school, we've been in conversation with some of the students, and the students kept talking about the upstep building. And we're like, what are they talking about? What's this? What's an upstep building? Well, apparently in Liberia, buildings that are more than 1 story are very uncommon. And so now they have this 3-story building, and so it is their upstep building. They have to go up steps to get to the next rooms. And we just thought that was an interesting way to describe their new school. If you go to the next slide, you'll see some of the new construction. There's the 1st story. And next, part of the 1st story being finished. Next, this is the interior, kind of some hallway areas. Okay, you can go to the next. And there's the up steps, up to the next level. All the people working on this building are people from their church and their local community. And so it has really given them a sense of pride and accomplishment and work to do, knowing that they're working on something for their own children. All right, next. And this is partially completed 3rd story. They are still working on it. Next. This is Daniel Chiazzolo. He is one of the administrators at the school. And he came to Emmanuel, who is the director over the school and the church, and he said, at the beginning of the school year, we have planned to include computer classes for our students. And we really want to follow through with that commitment. We have the curriculum that we want to teach. We know what we want to teach these students. However, we are still in need of equipment. And so they came to us, Emmanuel came to us and said, would you be able to help us out with supplying a computer lab for our new school? what they have right now, computer-wise, is a small computer lab in a very small library off the side of their church, kind of in one of the lean-tos like we were talking about. So it's a small library, a couple computers. They are hooked up to the internet. A lot of the students are on Facebook, and they have that ability, but there's just a couple computers. What the teachers and administrators would really love for their students is to have a small computer lab with enough computers for them to teach computer technology classes, so that they are illiterate in those skills. And so they came to us and asked if we would be able to bring this to our partners, bring this need to our partners. And so this is what I'm presenting to you guys today. If you go to the next slide, this is the list of things that they will need in their computer lab. A LaserJet printer and photocopier, an extender storage, 10 desktop computers, 10 chairs, and 5 tables. Now, that's quite a bit of stuff. If you'd have to buy that all here, I guarantee you would pay more than $2,350. However, they priced it out, and they are able to get that stuff in Liberia for that price, which is pretty incredible. And so my challenge to you is, when you do your box lunch social, do you think you might be able to raise enough money for part of those items? Some of those, all of them, perhaps? See what you can do, and enjoy your box lunch social. Have fun with your friends, and see what happens with how much money you can raise. Thanks so much, guys.
and know that you are holy, and all will sing out hallelujah, and we will cry out hallelujah. And all the hearts who are content, and all who feel unworthy, and all who hurt with nothing left, and know that you are holy, and all will sing out hallelujah, and we will cry out hallelujah, and all will sing out hallelujah, and we will cry out hallelujah. Shout it, go on and scream it from the mountains. Go on and tell it to the masses that He is God. Shout it, go on and scream it from the mountains. Go on and tell it to the masses that He is God. Shout it, go on and scream it from the mountains. Go on and tell it to the masses that He is God. Sing out, go on and scream it from the mountains. Cry out, go on and tell it to the masses. Sing out, go on and scream it from the mountains. Go on and tell it to the masses that He is God. Shout it, go on and scream it from the mountains. Go on and tell it to the masses that He is God. Our identities are stained with mistakes. Our amazing and sovereign God created us to worship Him, but we live in sin. However, through Him, we can have a new start. Through Him, we can be free of regret and disobedience. Think about how great it is to share inheritance with God, even though we are in hell every hour of every day. Ephesians 2, verses 8 through 9 says, "For by the grace of God you have been saved through faith. And this is not your own doing. It is the gift of God, not a result of works. Let's praise our God who has given us the opportunity to be made new.
Shout of acclamation and take me home. What joy shall fill my heart? Then I shall